As ceasefire talks wobble, Hezbollah is once again showcasing its drone firepower, claiming a fresh hit that left an Israeli Merkava tank in Lebanon burned out on the battlefield. Just days after rejecting a US-brokered ceasefire framework, Hezbollah has released a new attack video, using battlefield footage to underline that its fight with Israel is far from over. Hezbollah says an Ababil attack drone has pierced Israeli armor, and the newly released footage is meant to prove that its unmanned resistance tools can reach and destroy IDF vehicles on the border. As Israel's war with Hezbollah intensifies, Lebanon's own army is being caught in the crossfire, with deadly strikes highlighting how quickly front lines and uniforms are blurring. After an IDF strike killed Lebanese soldiers, Hezbollah is now crying war crime, accusing Israel of deliberate aggression and using the outrage to rally support at home. Amid mounting turmoil over stalled ceasefire, Hezbollah has released new footage showing one of its attacks on Israeli forces, using the video to signal that its military campaign is still active. On June 6, the group aired a clip purportedly showing a strike on an IDF Merkava tank inside Lebanon, framing the hit as a direct response to Israeli ground operations there. Hezbollah said the attack was carried out by an Ababil unmanned aircraft, which it claims slammed into the tank near Zawtar al-Sharqiya in southern Lebanon. According to the organization, the drone operation itself took place on May 27, showing how it often delays releasing footage until it suits its political and messaging objectives. Hezbollah has framed the strike as proof that its forces can pierce Israeli armor along the frontier, warning that more such attacks could follow if Israel keeps pushing north. Hezbollah's video surfaced just as the IDF confirmed that its forces had struck a vehicle carrying Lebanese soldiers, dragging Lebanon's National Army deeper into the confrontation. Officials say at least 10 people were killed in the latest Israeli attacks on Lebanon, 3 of the members of the Lebanese armed forces riding in that vehicle. The strike took place near Kfar Tebnit, roughly 4 miles north of the Litani River close to Nabatieh, in an area that has seen repeated clashes in recent weeks. That zone has already endured heavy fighting, large-scale displacement, and sweeping Israeli evacuation orders, turning once quiet villages into contested, half-empty frontline spaces. The IDF said the vehicle it hit was moving suspiciously toward its troops in an active combat area, arguing that soldiers made a split-second decision based on perceived risk. In an official statement, Israeli forces insisted they are operating against Hezbollah and not against Lebanon's military, trying to portray the incident as a tragic mistake rather than a shift in policy. Lebanon's army has denounced the strike as brutal, deliberate, and repeated aggression, rejecting Israel's explanation and accusing it of violating Lebanon's sovereignty. Hezbollah has condemned the attack on the Lebanese army as a deliberate and premeditated crime, saying it proves Israel will target anyone who stands in its way. The group says this strike adds to a series of crimes Israel is committing against people in the Bekaa region and the wider south, using strong language to inflame public anger. Hezbollah has also turned its fire on Lebanese authorities, accusing them of disregard for national sovereignty and for the safety of ordinary citizens under daily bombardment. The Iran-backed movement argues that past concessions to Israel only encouraged more attacks on Lebanon, presenting armed resistance as the only way to deter further strikes. This latest attack came on the heels of Hezbollah's leadership rejecting a new US-brokered ceasefire framework, underscoring how fragile the diplomatic track has become even as the shooting war escalates. On June 4, the group publicly dismissed the US-backed Israel-Lebanon ceasefire framework, signaling that it does not feel bound by what diplomats have drafted. The Iran-backed movement declared that any acceptable deal must start with a full Israeli withdrawal from Lebanese territory, not just limited redeployments. According to regional reports, Hezbollah informed President Joseph Aoun of its opposition to the plan, ensuring Beirut's leadership cannot claim broad national consensus. The group has also demanded a package including reconstruction, the release of prisoners and the return of displaced residents to their villages before it will accept any deal. Notably, Hezbollah was not directly involved in the talks that produced the ceasefire outline, and now appears to be trying to rewrite the terms from the outside. Hezbollah's chief, Naim Qassem, has slammed the proposal as humiliating for Lebanon, saying it fails to respect the sacrifices of those who fought. Qassem argued that the plan is designed to achieve through political pressure what Israel failed to secure through war, namely Lebanon's submission and the disarming of the resistance. Naim Qassem said, and I quote, "The result of the direct negotiations, which are futile, humiliating, and disgraceful for Lebanon, and which are rejected in their entirety by broad segments of the Lebanese people." came in the form of the Washington Declaration, which outlines the basic principles through which the United States and Israel seek Lebanon's submission to the project of Greater Israel. Making the disarmament of the resistance the primary objective and starting point of any agreement means executing Lebanon's source of strength. It constitutes an existential threat that could lead to the annihilation of its resistant people. It is a declaration aimed at destroying Lebanon, destabilizing it, and creating internal strife among the Lebanese in Israel's interest, allowing Israel to obtain through politics what it failed to obtain through war. This declaration is a roadmap for the annihilation of part of the Lebanese people and the subjugation of the rest. To place the security track under the slogan of a supposed ceasefire, interpreted as requiring Hezbollah to stop firing, resistance fighters to leave the south. While aggression continues under military pressure, is surrender, defeat, and the realization of the enemy's objectives. It is like Satan dreaming of entering paradise. We are concerned only with ending the aggression completely, achieving a ceasefire, and securing Israel's withdrawal. The ceasefire must be comprehensive. There can be no division between the south and the rest of Lebanon, nor can the Israeli enemy be granted freedom to kill throughout Lebanon. We have given no commitment to anyone that we will refrain from resisting aggression or responding to it. As long as aggression continues, we will confront it with all the power at our disposal and strike wherever we decide and are able. The primary objective must be Lebanon's sovereignty, which can only be achieved through the exclusive solution of ending Israeli aggression against Lebanon in all its forms, by air, land, and sea, along with Israel's withdrawal from Lebanese territory, the deployment of the Lebanese Army south of the Litani River, the release of prisoners, the return of residents to all of their villages, and reconstruction. We reject any linkage between the existence of the resistance and the cessation of aggression or Israel's withdrawal." Unquote. Iran has echoed Hezbollah's stance, saying the group wants the IDF pushed back to the positions it held before the current US-Israel war on Lebanon began. Quds Force Commander Esmail Khani has stated that Israel must roll its forces back to pre-war lines if it hopes to see calm restored on the northern front. He told Hezbollah fighters they would soon see the results of their resistance, hinting that Iran believes the current pressure campaign is paying off. Tehran has also signaled that any broader deal with Washington must include an end to fighting on the Lebanese front, binding Hezbollah's battlefield to its own nuclear and sanctions talks. On paper, Israel and Lebanon have agreed to renew a ceasefire if Hezbollah halts attacks and pulls its fighters back from the frontier. The US-brokered plan envisages Hezbollah vacating a defined strip of South Lebanon and accepting so-called pilot zones, where only state forces can deploy. The idea is to create army-only security zones where no non-state actors can operate or bear arms, effectively pushing Hezbollah's units further north. A joint statement promises more talks in the coming weeks and speaks of moving toward a comprehensive agreement once the initial steps are in place. However, within hours, Lebanon State News Agency was reporting fresh Israeli drone strikes in the south, undermining confidence that any truce is actually taking hold. Defense Minister Israel Katz has said Israeli troops will remain in South Lebanon for now, signaling that a rapid withdrawal is not on the cards. Katz also warned that residents cannot yet return to the south and that Israel keeps the freedom to strike Beirut if provoked, keeping the threat of wider escalation on the table.